with this Xin Zhao, and WE just taking a page out of Rogue Warrior's book. We were hitting on, hey, it's all about the topside focus for WE, but this does at least give them an avenue at level 6. Aggression coming in from Garvey, but Garvey's still finding a really good advantage for himself, up about 20 CS right now. So for both comps that want to play around being able to get control of definitely being the one to stand out, all top sides are here. Bottom lanes are making their way up. Does look like Missing's going to move over first.
Look at the arrow, it's going across, it's not going to hit anybody, so it's going to completely miss. 3 points there through the sticks. There's now the Riptile taken down to about 2000 HP. The smite's very, very early, and here we go, it goes straight on top of it. I'm not quite sure who's able to take that in the end, but it is first blood going over to the Akali as Breed picks up the first one there. Garvey has no flash and nowhere to go. Shanks gets another one. That's the solo laners getting themselves a kill each, and that is WE just about coming out on top.
And it's really strange for Shadow to go in there with...
Bought out, the Gromp had been hit by the Xin Zhao. Mist has gone out here, and everyone's just going to kind of back away. Xie does land himself on the upside up, but they jump over the top of this one and try and just make this fight work for themselves. They're trying to see if they can get on top of him, and Shanks will fall. Reset there for Garvey, and he picks up his first kill of the game. And that just feels like WE kind of being a little lazy with their exit for the topside dive.
It's really strange, right? Because we've seen both teams pop. It feels like a lot of this game is going to come down to who is able to stack these dragons and start finding small inches over the other team's composition. So LGD getting the head start on that first dragon feels very nice, as WE going to keep all in on the top side.
Garvey can't really stay here with the Ignite available, and of course both ultimates. It's just too much of a risk. They will give up the dragon on the bot side, but it is power and money now for power and money later in the trade. WE happy to just feed off of the top side, and it's exactly what we highlighted coming into this series. Breathe and Beishong, an actual top jungle duo. But the Immortal Shield Bow for the... Oh, I'll say that. We're going to see Garvey coming back in.
Nice hook.
They're going to... Nice hook. There's the arrow right on top of him as well. They're going to do some paranoia to jump straight onto Elf as he's trying to just kite this one away. The Immortal Shield Bow would only do so much. He flashes. He's going to fall down, but what was used to try and get on top of that one is here comes Breathe and Beishong. You will not get the Terrified today as Breathe picks up another kill, and now they can jump onto the Nautilus as he falls to the depths of the river as Shanks gets himself another one. It looked bad for WE at the start with Ashe getting jumped on, but they make it work
later on. But I definitely think WE are getting the better end of this one as Elk might be caught out again.
Elk, he threw out the hawk shot and kept moving forward. So regardless of the information he gathered, he was dead to rights. It's very, very unfortunate. Luckily though for WE, Elk is not the win condition. Right now, Breathe, Shanks, and Beishong doing so much work as we get a replay of this fight.
Yeah, we're going to see forcing out the Heartbreaker, but immediately into the death sentence. Really nice Enchanted Crystal Arrow to follow up. But like you said, Elk got jumped on right away, but we got another fight.
Mark's been caught, and he will be taken down. That's Shanks with his third kill, and now Shadow with no flash to get himself away. Gets knocked up, taken down. Beishong 2-0 and 5, looking fantastic on this pick of the Xin Zhao. 100% kill participation for him, and this is really starting to snowball away from the side of LGD.
Yeah, and, you know, nice to see it coming from Beishong. He was one of the highlight junglers for us in 2020. We really couldn't stop talking about this guy. Coming into today, where Shadow has been the big player for LGD, it really felt like that was the test for both sides, right? Who would come out on top, Shadow or Beishong? Beishong coming out on top so far in this first game. Maybe you can argue, you know, has a bit more to work with in terms of lanes, but LGD make this side lane pick for WE to be able to win out more on the opposite side. But it really does feel like that side lane play is the only tool that LGD have available to them right now to even try and find something back.
Well, they know the Akali's on this bot side. They are going to cut down the ultimates on top of Beishong, but he's still alive. You can't kill him with Gore Drinker, and there's the Ashe Hour right on top of Xie, who's forced to flash away. He goes back in with the paranoia. They take out the Ashe, but the Ashe is not the problem. You have still got so much damage. It's Breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4. WE are smashing LGD through the door. It's a triple for Breathe, and this is why you do not give this champion to this man.
And they're just absolutely popping off. At least going to be able to get an inhibitor. I don't think death timers are long enough to where they could look for an end. But really nice mechanical play coming out for Breathe with that one, being able to pick up that kill, pretty much pixel perfect. I feel like the only person we've seen
now onto the Baron. They will know from the side of LGD that this is going on, but I don't think they can contest it. I think they just gotta have to let this one go or fight now. As you can see, WE, they don't even want the Baron. They want the fight. That's the one they want. They go for the hook, doesn't quite land, and there's only Beishong on this objective right now, but Mark steps a little bit too far forward. The paranoia comes in as they look to try and see if they can get somebody going. Elk is being hovered over by Xie as he finally goes in. It's on to Missing, the worst target you could think of, and now WE can come back in. It's Shadow, though, with 2 quick kills. You can see Breathe, though, 1v3! Breathe is just insane! Triple kill for Breathe on this Akali, and Garvey is running for the hills. He knows he can't take this fight anymore. They're pinging for the base. They're going to go looking for the TP. You can see him now. He's going to have the TP back to his own base to make sure they don't lose the game.
Yeah, WE, it actually looked really close. LGD looked like they were almost able to bring that team fight back.
Flash is available for Elk as well, so there's just so little you could do, and here comes the ultimate. Not quite going to hit, but now Shadow puts himself a little bit in harm's way. He's going to have to go back in with the Moonfall, try and get this fight going back for him. The TP and the Paranoia used by Xie to try and see if he can make something happen, but they've stopped him out all right, and now they can jump in back into this fight. Missing takes down Xie. I feel like this fight is already done and dusted. Shadow cannot do anything about it. It's a clean ace to end game 1, and WE wipe the floor with LGD in this first game.
Yeah, that was a complete mid-table mauling Penguin. WE not looking like a mid-table team in this one. Totally taking down and stomping LGD.
Great start to the series, and exactly what WE will be wanting to see as they come into the back half of the split.
Yeah, this was something that we got to see during LPL finals, if you remember. We saw teams like RNG and FPX going back and forth, where RNG was saying, hey, we're going to blind and early pick the Jace. Nuguri was this. So the fact that WE are already doing a great job of controlling the early laning phase, and they can rely on that scaling is, ooh, Engage comes out.
Missing, he flashes away, but he's not going to be able to get away quick enough. That's going to be Shadow with first blood in that bot side. Nicely done there by LGD.
They do have some control wards down. We're going to see if they are going to be able to find a play available to them, because Beishong is nowhere near.
Nowhere near, but there's a good flawless duet, but they have enough CC to lock him down. Shutdown goes over to Mark. Probably not the person you really wanted to get it, but a kill is a kill is a kill.
They'll have teleport up, so I think Fearness will have to be a bit careful. But we're seeing the consequences for LGD's actions, right? You have to allocate resources towards the top side because your top laner is falling so far behind. Now you're going to lose out on the bottom lane. Kramer getting zoned off, and Elk also getting some turret plating for himself. So Elk definitely having a lot different of an experience than he had in game 1.
And I love this from WE. It's the you know, your turn, my turn philosophy, if you will, that we have seen from so many different top teams, of that if you give up one thing, yes, it sucks that you lost a kill from, or you gave up a kill onto your top laner, but you're making an equal and opposite reaction, if not stronger reaction on the other side of the map, using your numbers advantage. They get plates, they get the drag.
Struggle at doing in game 1. There were other problems, but we highlighted one of the situations where they weren't, as Breathe does get engaged on.
Oh, the flash forward from the wind into lightning, but the Vanguard's Edge jump back straight on top of this. They're going to jump onto the Jace and kill him dead. Nothing he can do, and now Shadow trying to see if he can be a jumpy boy, but the jumpy boys are all on top of you, Shadow. They will donate that to the Shanks Akali Fund, and that is WE with a fantastic reaction to Xiaohu, or excuse me, to Xin Zhao in the top side.
Top side, I feel like you need to try and get set up bot lane, which is what LG are doing.
Oh, they're going to jump in. There's the CC lock. Does not have flash. Will try and trade himself out of this, but with the ignite from Mark, very difficult to sustain out of that one there, as we now see the Rift Herald being spawned up into this top side. Should not use its charge, or actually they are going to use it straight away just to get the push going. Beishong now back onto the minion wave, and they're going to look for 2 turrets off this trade. So again, WE, yes, they lose Breathe in the bot side to that gank, but they now know they have numbers advantages, and they get 2 towers off of it.
Yeah, for LGD though, I really don't think there was a better. Breathe might be your only option, but Missing. Why are you solo?
Out? He was spotted, and they're going to be able to know exactly where he is. I have no idea why he's still there, but Missing, dudes end up falling. We'll have a look at the replay maybe. I think he thought he was not seen, and then tried to flash into the bush to make sure he could get the
quadrant of River. As LGD going to ignore mid-prio, knowing they can't contest over that, walking straight into River to get their vision down.
Ooh, we're going to see a little bit of an engage there. It's just both supports going at each other. Mark gets locked up, though, forced to flash away already in this fight. You can see Dragon now spawning for another 10 seconds. True Stuff's Broad goes well wide, and now Mark's in a little bit of trouble. He has no flash and no way out, but they have to respect that there is a lot of LGD members either from the back of the pit or to the front of it. There's a hook down, but Mark gets deleted. The stolen Vanguard's Edge is not really used to engage, and now WE in a 4v5. Their health bars aren't looking exceptional right now, but they've got a lot of ultimates to work with. Now, Dragon down to 3,000 HP. You can see their Shadow just hovering around, seeing if he can get on top of it, but he cannot. He goes in, pops the ultimate to try and keep himself alive. There's the Bramble on the back end of the fight to just disengage and make sure that Xin Zhao falls. Xie comes out of gold to just go back to bronze, and now we can see everyone else dying in LGD. They are just going to be falling one by one by one, and WE get themselves sole point, a clean ace, and setting straight to Baron.
At some point they wait for it, they find the opening pick, and WE is looking clean. Honestly, might be the cleanest series we've seen from WE in quite a while. And this is definitely going to be a ban for them. Breathe also going to get himself a mid-turret. Oh, is this...
Oh, no, he's not. No! What a play by Mark. Mark just, he straight up CC locked him, put down the Ignite, and basically said, you don't leave.
Have any firepower on the side of LGD. We see they're not the smartest teams in terms of looking for trades. And Shanks...
Oh, goes golden, so still fine. Has a perfect execution, but there is a stolen perfect execution from Xie. He goes back in with the stand-up duck. They're going to try to jump back in on top of him with Shanks and Breed taking this one, but the good accelerated shock blast right on top of him, but no! Breed takes him back at a 1v1, and that's going to be enough to make sure that WE have got themselves a decent fight. We can see the Braum now jumping in. They've got themselves the stacks of the concussive blows as they go, everyone going golden. There's going to be the Volibear jumping on the backside of this fight. Mark and Kramer, not really long left in this world. Xie comes back in with the teleport, but he is on the wrong side of this fight. Shadow now left in no man's land in his own base as he tries to jump back in. Breathe does end up getting jumped on, but gets 100% deleted. Unbelievable moves here from WE, and they're going to be able to solidify the 2-0. LGD never stood a chance.
No, WE showing up in this series. Bei Shang, great performance, and you know, WE's top side, I feel like really having a phenomenal day between them all. And as a WE fan, when we highlighted the schedule, when we highlighted where they're at in the standings, how many teams they're tied with, this was the sort of win you needed.